This is Lonely RS. I'm an Iron Man with the absurd goal of completing the entirety of old school RuneScape. From the collection log to the one-time completable things, welcome to Iron Completionist. I ended off the last video by mentioning how close we were to 1,200 collections logged. I think I want to land that in this video. 7 collections at this point is actually kind of a lot to go for. I'm looking at some stuff I haven't done in a long time, like easy clues, medium clues, and it's looking very, very possible. I want to go ahead and get started on this. There's probably going to be some other goals after that, because if I'm doing clue scrolls, it's pretty likely that I'll cross over this threshold. But first of all, in the last video, I also AFK'd Mithril Dragons for a long time. I have 35 chewed bones in the bank. The Dragon Fullhelm is, I believe, 1 in 256 from chewed bones, so I'm gonna go use these. We have an okay chance of actually getting it. I'm pretty hopeful. Now, grinding out these chewed bones is a really slow process, but luckily, it's pretty AFK, which leaves me plenty of time to play Marvel Strike Force, the sponsor of today's video. In case you guys haven't heard of the game before, Marvel Strike Force is a mobile squad RPG where you can battle with your favorite team of superheroes, or even supervillains, to save the universe from threats like Doctor Doom and Apocalypse. And you can do that by powering up your favorite characters, of which there are over 250 to pick from, and then use them to complete missions, unlock gear and resources, and even face off against other players in PvP game modes like Alliance War and Real-Time Arena. And in this day and age, superhero movies are a huge part of pop culture, so there's definitely going to be at least a good handful of characters you recognize here, like Spider-Man, Deadpool, Thor, Captain America, and so many more. And all the characters I just listed are actually some of the first 17 you can get in just your first 30 days of playing the game. And with all the new ways to battle with your roster, the game never gets boring. The meta is always evolving, and if the campaigns, blitz, and arena game modes aren't enough for you, there's also Alliance War, which is a massive weekly battle with raids, and a Cosmic Crucible, which is a head-to-head player tournament. So make sure to download Marvel Strike Force for free with my link down below, and reach level 7 to support my channel. You can also do that by scanning the QR code on your screen. Now, back to RuneScape. Wish me luck, I guess. This would be a really cool log slot to knock out. One of those things I've been hoping for a very long time. Oh, 1 dose of anti-fire mix. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm really glad that that's the thing. To anyone who doesn't know, this content is ridiculously outdated and has never seen and probably will never see an update. So anything that you get that's not the Dragon Fullhelm is essentially garbage. Pretty much none of this other stuff matters. Oh, and as always, the Spirits Laid to Rest counter is horribly inaccurate because, like many things, there was not originally a counter to this. I have no idea how many Mithril Dragons I've killed. Honestly, if I had to guess, after these bones, we're probably at like halfway to the drop rate from the chewed bones, and if you count in the actual kills at Mithril Dragons, we shouldn't really be terribly far off the drop rate. Just another one of those things that I wish was tracked from the beginning, but old school has changed a lot since its inception. A lot of stuff originally was not tracked. 2 noted Renar potions. Not the only useful thing you could get from here. The thing about chewed bones is this is one of those resources where, like, yeah, I could stack 100 of them, but then what happens if I get the Dragon Fullhelm on the first, like, 4? Then I just wasted a bunch of time, right? So I don't think I'll ever want to stack more than 30 or 40, just because I can't imagine spending like 60 plus hours doing something and then basically getting the drop mega early. There's nothing else from here besides the Fullhelm, so... Alright, the last chewed bone. Unfortunately, it looks like my 20 plus hours at Mithril Dragons was in vain this time. Though we did get that dupe visage. Probably gonna have like 30 of them by the time I'm done with the series, but unfortunately, nothing from that. Alright, well, I was hoping to start this video off with some really cool drops, but I'm gonna go take a look and figure what I want to do next, because I do want to hit 1,200 slots this video. Cache of Runes. Blech. Wow! Cactus Spines and Lily of the Sand. I got 48 raw manta rays and 87 potato cactus. Oh, also another 1,100 solar runes. Why are these cache of runes weighted to give like such an insanely low end every time? All right, I think there was 5 or 6 with nothing. Well, that quest took like 30 seconds. That is the Children of the Sun quest completed. I had to do this to gain access to Varlamore, which I might do in this video. I'm not sure. Hello, I am back. In what has just been an instant for you, but was a good handful of hours for me, that is 157 easy clue scrolls in my inventory. And you might be thinking, that's extremely random number. Well, it's going to put me at 1,200, I think, if I did my math right. So I'm going to open these up. There are plenty of items that I am missing from easy clues. I probably should have showed that when I had the log open. 3 of the 4 capes are still missing. A bunch of just random items, some trimmed armor, blah, 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 blah. Of course, we're still missing the Monk Robe G top. And if we get that, I will probably make some serious headway on trying to fully complete this log. The rainbow, piece of elegant, you know, mostly just some random stuff, and then a couple of the mega rare items. Truthfully, I'm really just hoping to knock out a couple of these slots here. Anything more than I think like 2 or 3 slots, I'll be, you know what, even just give me like 2 or 3 slots and I'll be happy, actually. So let's get started here. Starting off with a unique that we already have. I also should check my bank and make sure I don't have any master clues. I do not. Okay, let's see if we can snag something new, or at least some interesting items. So far, the answer is no. Wow, so far the answer is really no. All right, well, master clue. I'll take it. So I was actually going to go and do this, but people have been telling me for a long time that when I'm opening a lot of clues like this, it's a really good idea to have a master clue in the bank that has a good 3-step now, because you can drop clues on the ground and they last for an hour in between logouts and everything, so you can always kind of just come back and do them whenever you want. Well, this seems like a really good triple step to me. Varrock, Prif, and just wear some void and talk to Juna. That all seems really good. So instead of doing this, I'm actually going to hold on to it. And you might be thinking, that doesn't make any sense. Obviously, I'm going to drop it. I'm not just going to leave it in here and get no more master clues. I'm pretty sure what you do is, if you get a bad triple step, you just get the 3, like you pick this clue up, you get the 3 from this, drop this clue, and pick up the original that has the bad triple step, and essentially bypass it. So I'm going to do that with this clue, if it works. I'll probably get to test it in this opening. Knowing me, I'm probably going to forget that sitting on the ground there, though, so I'm actually going to drop it 1 tile back, so I'm more likely to see it, and then we carry on. Hurting my soul a little bit. That's 1100 easy clues. Yes! Oh, we got something, and it's a really good one, too. It's a really good one. We got another Team Cape. All right, now we can get nothing else, and I'll be satisfied. Team Cape 0. We're only missing 2 of the capes from easy clues now. Oh, that is satisfying. Also, these things, dude, I always love the way these things look. They look so freaking amazing, man. I wish that there was a reason to actually wear them. Unfortunately, you know, fashionscape doesn't really exist too much in this game anymore. Well, no matter what happens now, I am a happy camper. I mean, you know, I'd still like to see some stuff like that. The steel plate skirt trimmed. Okay, I was gonna say, you know, I'd still like to see some stuff here. But if I did it, I'd be, you know, satisfied, I suppose. Steel plate skirt trimmed. So that's one of the more common items that we were missing. Now I'm not expecting to see anything for the rest, but it's going to put us at a nice even clue count. And, you know, we're getting to that point where any log slot we get from any activity is just going to be increasingly difficult. And there's a master. All right, so this should be a good time to show you this right here. So I have a couple of really bad steps on this clue, especially like Dragon's Eye, for example. But if I go back to the crafting guild, drop this clue on the ground, and pick up this one, I should be able to get the 3 steps from this, and just have to be really careful not to accidentally combine them. I just know damn well that I'm going to accidentally combine these at some point, fighting every instinct in my body not to. But if we go here, we check the steps, it says I have 4 completed. So I drop this clue, pick up the old one, which, as you can see, has the Dragon's Eye step, and it's crossed out. So I can combine these, and now we're at 5 steps. Moving on, and I still have this other clue that has these 3 original steps on the ground. It's gonna save me a lot of time doing masters. I know it seems like kind of random, to be honest, but I promise this is something that is going to, in the long run, probably save me like literally hours. All right, well, that is that master clue completed. And of course, like I said, I'm going to hold on to this other one by just leaving it on the ground over here. I know they last for an hour, but I'm going to redrop it because I'm paranoid as hell. Anything in the master? Ooh, hey, look at that. We did get a new slot from the master as well. 248 masters completed now, and that is an old demon mask. Sexy. All right, back to the easy clues. I don't know why I'm pretending like the GP value matters at all as I'm on an iron. There's another master. Well, it turns out there's a new master clue step. I have to figure out how to catch a Teku salamander. Alrighty, another master clue done. No collection log slot this time. That's okay. Still got a handful of easy clues to complete here. Gotta put this over here because I guess I have to keep a small net in my bank now because of the salamander step. If we get anything else, I'll be happy. You're a bot. Oh my god, we actually got a 3rd item. Black plate skirt trimmed. We must only be missing at this point probably like 2, maybe 3 regular rarity items from easy clues. And then it's the cloaks and the monk robes. 21 easy clues left. Oh, my soul just left my body. Oh no, a duplicate. And I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong. Okay, no, I am wrong. Okay, I thought that was my 3rd one. Oh, that still hurts though. Oh, that stings. It's okay. It's all right. We still got good items this opening. Love hurts. That doesn't make any sense. Moving on. I think I might have actually gotten a better 3-stepper. I still have the Juno one, which is unfortunate because that one's not super amazing just because I have to bank to grab the gear. Shiloh Village Furnace is definitely faster than Varrock Museum. Rogue's Den is probably faster than Priff. This one is probably like marginally better just because, I don't know, I guess I already have the gloves on me. I just, you know, clap and then I'm there. So yeah, I guess I'll keep this one. All right, master clue number 250, a quarter of the way to the Bloodhound drop rate. And that is really bad for Master Clue. But let's go ahead and finish capping off these easies. Oh, that's actually really good that it says that now. I don't think that means I would have gotten 3 Master Clues in a row or 4 Master Clues in a row because that would have been absolutely just insane. But that's cool. I had the Master Clue in a bank instead of redropping it, and it just says the suspicion thing. That's good to know. That'll remind me. And that is, well, that's pretty clean looking, I'm not gonna lie. 1,200 easy clues. It's only worth 2,000 GP, but that's just 2 clean numbers. Absolutely beautiful. We did get a few collection log slots there. We're up to 1,197. That's pretty good. I have to clean up my bank now, unfortunately, as you always do after finishing clues. Now, looking around at all this stuff, and I think something that I want to do is actually go get the broken zombie axe. Bit of a random slot, but you know, they got to get knocked out at some point, right? Which means I have to go do the Defender of Varrock quest, and then I think the axe itself was actually pretty easy to get. Honestly, at the rate things went, probably won't be stopping this video at 1,200 log slots, but we'll see. Depends if I decide to go for something really stupid. Oh, that was actually a pretty quick quest. Defender of Varrock completed. This could be a double win scenario here because I'm still missing the zombie champion scroll. So I'm gonna go barrage these bad boys, get some hard clues, and eventually get the broken zombie axe. Hey, there we go. That is it. That was pretty quick. That's the broken zombie axe. Got a couple of clue scrolls on the ground here too. I'm gonna juggle those on out of here. Well, now it's time for me to just scroll around in here until I find something that I want to do. I'll be back when I figure that out. You know what? I think I kind of want to keep the zombie theme going here. I'm gonna go ahead and try and get the zombie champion scroll. Why not? This should be a pretty quick one compared to the other 2 that I have left at this point. I have tons of cannonballs still, so yeah, why not? I think I've just had a simultaneously great and terrible idea. I'm realizing I'm standing here mere steps away from the ability to just, you know, walk into Calvarion over here. And I think that I have the move. I think I'm gonna try and find a world, put my cannon down in that world to kill zombies, and while I'm doing that, go kill Calvarion, because I could still use that pet, and there's a chance I could just get the pet as a slot too. This sounds really far-fetched, but I don't think it's a terrible idea. All right, here's my weird process, right? So like I go out here, I fill the cannon, I do a couple Vedian kills, or Calvarion kills, I guess, and we just come out, refill the cannon. It seems simple enough. Huh. Longbone. Add that to the collection. Did it despawn because I left early? I guess I have to stay until loot appears. That's super weird. I assumed it would still go through the death animation, drop loot, and I could come in and pick it up, but I guess the loot just straight up doesn't drop and it instantly resets if no one's in here? That is very odd. Alright, there we go. That is 200 KC here at Calvarion. I guess I haven't killed this one very much because I generally would go to Vedian whenever I wanted to do this boss, since it's just pretty easy boss. I'm liking this strategy. I don't know. This is feeling pretty chill. Feels like I'm doing more than just sitting around waiting to reload my cannon. Another longbone. Well, I'm kind of just in AFK mode out here now because it was getting kind of crowded in there. It's the weekend. I did get like, I don't know, 100 or so kills, and I'll probably go back to doing it if I don't get lucky on the champion scroll. Based on how fast I'm killing these out here and how many cannonballs I've used so far, I think I've probably killed somewhere around 3,000 or so zombies, plus all the ones I've killed previously, so we're probably about on rate for the scroll by now. Hopefully this one doesn't take too long, but out of the ones I have left, it is the fastest by a long shot. Hey, there we go. That was not too bad at all. That is the zombie champion scroll. Smack on drop rate, or slightly over drop rate. I think I've been here for like another, I don't even know how many, good handful of hours, but not an insane amount. You know, while sitting out there in the wilderness, doing a little bit of Calvarion, I've been saying for a long time, if we go down to the Vedian log, that this is the last item I needed from the wilderness, the Vedian pet. But I've been thinking about it a little bit. I think there's technically one more item. It goes down in infamy in the miscellaneous section, and it's the Amulet of Eternal Glory. Is this item remotely necessary in any regard of the word? Absolutely not. It is completely just a flex item. But you know what? For slot number 1200, I think I want to go for a flex item. This is a terrible grind on an Iron Man compared to a main. So the Amulet of Eternal Glory has a 1 in 25,000 drop chance. Right now, you know, I have 29 glories because it also charges the one I have on. If I go over here and use it, imagine if I got on the first one. That counts as 29 chances right there. Now, I've already done a fair bit of glory charging on this account, but the reason I say this is so much worse for an iron than the main is because as a main, you can just sell these glories, buy uncharged ones, and that's that. As an iron, that's not an option. As an iron, this is what I have to do. I'm just gonna swap left click to rub, and then, yep. This is what I have to do. Every inventory, have to use every glory, just like this. This process is not fast. And just to prove a point, I know some people are going to ask, well, why don't you just decant them at the GE decanter jewelry guy? Can't. So I have a bunch of random charge glories in my inventory. I go over to this guy, and he'll move the 3 charge ones and stuff into 4 charge ones, which is great, but anything that's above a 4 charge, he doesn't do anything with. And since the Fountain of Ruin moves all your glories up to 6 charges, there's nothing this guy can do. He doesn't decant your jewelry at all. He can't just make them all into 0 charge glories. You're just stuck with 6 charge glories. So you have to use 1 charge manually on every single one of them and then go back up. Unfortunately, really the only thing you can do. So because of that, this is the move. You just gotta teleport up, use one of these on the thing, and desperately hope that you see collection log pop up. Otherwise, yep, that's it. So while it's not difficult to go through this process on an iron, doing this on a main is about 3 or 4 times faster, I'm pretty sure. That might be a little overemphasis. I'm pretty sure maybe it's like around 3 times faster. Yeah, it's not the fastest process in the world. This is gonna be a long time, and it's fairly focus intensive. I'll try it for a good handful of hours, see if I get lucky, and then I guess I'll let you guys know, because there's absolutely nothing to record on this unless I get PK'd or get the glory, so. Honestly, I'm not dead set on this being exactly the 1200th slot. It's just, it'd be a really cool item to get. I still plan on doing TOA and TOB with my friends whenever they ask. If that ends up being the slot that I get for 1200, fine. I'm not going to just stop this grind because of that, but I'm also not going to turn down opportunities to do things that require other people. Ladies and gentlemen, I have done it. I have found the one legitimate use to the inventory tag plugin. I can actually mark the 6 charge glories and just make them red. I know that sounds really stupid, and admittedly, it is really stupid, but it lets me turn my brain off a little bit more. So I did a little bit of napkin math. I timed out how long it took me to do 1 trip of uncharging all the glories, and by uncharging, I mean doing this and teleporting to the same spot a million times on different glories, and the amount of time it takes to get to the altar and then back to this exact position. And that was like roughly 130 seconds. If we, you know, take 3,600 seconds, divide 133, we can get just a little over 27 trips in an hour. 29 glories per trip means, at best, if I am being like absolutely amazing and never losing any focus, I will be able to do just shy of 800 glory charges per hour. That's pretty bad. I'm pretty sure mains can get almost 4,000. So, you know what? My estimate from earlier was off. Mains actually go about 5 times faster than irons. That's not amazing. On the bright side, it does mean that technically the Eternal Glory would be like 30 hours on rate. I think I'm actually deterring myself from wanting to go for it, so I'm going to stop thinking about that. I'm going to try to keep sort of track of how many I'm doing here per session by turning on the game collapse thing that says how many duplicate messages have shown up, and then I can just count like how many times that I have this, you rub the amulet, your amulet has X charges left messages, and I guess I'll just keep a little spreadsheet or something going here and add up my originals, and then whenever I relog, I think it'll reset this. So I just have to try and remember to add that before I log out every time. I have also come to another realization. I should probably be teleporting to Karamja or just a different location that's not Edgeville, because if I'm teleporting to Edgeville every time, people can very easily see me spamming doing this, and the Wilderness Sword has a really specific animation, so it's really obvious what I'm doing. So I should probably teleport to a location where I'm not going to see as many people, just so I don't have to deal with the inconvenience of getting PK'd every hour. Bro, did I really just get away from this guy? That's just embarrassing, dude. Wow, that was embarrassing for them. All right, this is my first, like, long session of doing the Eternal Glory grind. As you can see in the chat, 2,000 glories that I've charged at this session. And to be real, that 800 rate that I pulled out of my ass earlier is very off. 700 is a more accurate representation of it, just because of the extra time it takes, the occasional PK you're going to run into, and just, you know, general missed ticks here and there. So let's say this is about a 40-hour grind to get on rate. Really hoping I go under drop rate now. Okay, this inventory is going to mark 10,000 glories charged for just this video alone. So we are counting all the ones I've done in the past, probably about like halfway to the drop rate now. Probably a little more than halfway. I think I charged, by my estimate, around 5,000 in the past. I don't know if I'm going to use any of this footage, but I just had a temptation to come fuck around in the Colosseum. And this feels like one of those things where when you have that temptation, it's probably a good idea to just go do it. I'll be here for a little bit. I guess if I get through a wave that gives me a good collection log slot, like basically anything that's not the sunfire thingies, then I will probably record it. But this is just here in case I do get something. All right, so I've been poking around in the Colosseum a little bit. I'm still very, very much learning this and very, very bad at it. But I really want to get the cloak thing. I didn't really intend on getting any collection log slots here, but this is like the worst possible choices I could ever see. And if I claim it, I'm going to get these sunfire splinters, which is going to be my 1200th slot. I'm going to do it just because I know I'm going to die if I take any of these anyways. There's no point continuing this run. I'm still going to go for the Eternal Glory, but my 1200th slot, I guess, is going to end up being sunfire splinters, which I'm going to get right here. And honestly, it's probably good that I got this now, because now I don't really feel as bad about just kind of walking out of runs if I get other stuff too, like an echo crystal or something early on. Who knows? I still am very much in the process of learning this place. Wouldn't be RuneScape if this didn't happen, huh? Oh, good. I lived the wave on 13 HP. That's pretty sick. Well, I'm probably dead here, but you know, we'll see. Okay, a 36 from a Warbander. That was just a bad spawn. I think I messed up the tile thing. Just feel really fucked. That's what this looks like. Truthfully, I'm very surprised I got this far on my first day of really trying this. Obviously, as you can see, I was taking my time trying to solve these waves. I don't see myself getting this here, but obviously, I'll give it my best effort here. Let's see how this goes. Damn it. Damn it. Alright, so I think I have to have fucking sounds on for this. Oh, bright side. That's a new PB for me, at least. Which is, something. We're not gonna look at how many times I've died. Well, that's something, at least. We got there. It means I can do it again. Oh, wave 11 death. I didn't know how to handle that spawn. I should have probably just paused and figured it out. Alright, well, looking back at that clip, that one hurts. I guess I brewed, which made my autocast go away, and then I tried to get my autocast back on, missed a flick, and then that made my prayer go down, and then I was just panicking, so that kind of sucks. Doom Scorpion, Bees, Totemic. Oh my god, these are all really bad. Wow. This will probably heal the boss to full. I guess I have to take Bees. I've never done Bees, so this is going to be interesting. And I'm just immediately dead. Okay, well, obviously I clicked wrong there, but that's just ridiculous. Well, bright side, I've gotten to the boss again. Downside, I really didn't get to practice it there because I just had really terrible invocations. So we go again. Okay. Well, that's nerve-wracking. All right, I guess I'm going to play this wave really careful. All right, so I used a lot of supplies to confirm this wave because wave 10, I mean, it's not the easiest one in the world, but also, yeah, I just really didn't want to lose the first opportunity I had to get another log slot here as I get hit by an explosion. And obviously, I'm going to go ahead and claim that. Yes, absolutely, I'm happy to claim that. So if we go to the rewards chest here, boom. That's an Echo Crystal. I don't know if I'm ever going to actually use this thing or how useful it is, but definitely going to keep it for now. Dying here is now really expensive, by the way. I think the death cost goes up after a while. I might be wrong about that, I don't know. But I'm getting charged 250k per death. And even though I'm not dying as much as I used to, I'm still dying. So I got this extra Void Waker gem. I'm just gonna yeet this bitch into the ether over here because, why not, right? I don't need the money on my main, and, yeah. So now I have 84 million GP in my death coffer. Should be set, hopefully. At least until I get this stupid Quiver thing. Dude, what the fuck am I supposed to do in this situation? What the fuck was that spawn? Well, gamers, we are up to a whopping 20 deaths here now. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go do something else for a little bit. I'll come back, but I'm getting angry, so I'm gonna take a break. Bruh. I try to take a break from doing something tilting, and I go to charge glories, and there are PKers in the 2200 worlds PKing at the Fountain of Ruin. That, you know what? Fair play, but that is unexpected. I don't think I've actually remember the last time I ran into anyone who PK'd at the Fountain of Ruin. Truthfully, though, I actually don't even think it really matters because I have, 700 some odd glories left in the bank, so if I just sit here and die, 30 more times for an inventory of glories, I'm still fine. Once I have the Eternal, it doesn't really matter anymore. And if I run out of these, I'm pretty sure I probably have like 5,000 key halves in my bank, or in tons of dragon stones and stuff too, so really not worried about running out of glories. I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. Fuck. I tried, man. Okay, I got further, though. Got way further that time. I just hit the wrong hotkeys, messed up a little bit. It's okay. It's improvement, at least. All right, not perfect, obviously, because I died. It would have, hard to be perfect if you don't get the cape. I can see some substantial improvements. I'm happy with that. I at least got to the phase where he picks your armor piece that time. I just wasn't reacting fast enough. Messed up a little bit. I think mostly due to ping. I think I just wasn't clicking fast enough because I was clicking the right place most of the time. I lost track, I think, once, maybe twice. So we're improving. We lasted a little longer in that fight. That's a lot of pressure. 3 echo crystals? Yeah, I guess I'll make sure that I do my best here. And it sucks because this was like pretty good run, but obviously I'm not going to throw away 3 echo crystals for that. I mean, maybe by the time this video comes out, maybe echo crystals will be like completely useless and we will have, we'll have knowledge of that. But as of right now, they're still really rare and cool. So, all right, sweet. Bag secured. Yeah, pretty all right there. I'm definitely going to just claim that. 105 mil. Yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'm gonna take that. All right, so for science, I really want to check something. I don't think I need this pair of Bandos boots, like this extra pair of Bandos boots. I'm pretty sure I have the stash unit built, and I have this extra black tourmaline core as well. Don't ask, I do a lot of grotesque guardians. So I want to check something, because if I were to make a second pair of guardian boots, which, poggers, cool, second pair of guardian boots, I can use the Echo Crystal on it to actually make the Echo Boots. And I'm curious, like these basically just give 2 prayer over what I'm currently wearing. They do look pretty sick. I was curious if you could potentially just uncharge it or like toggle the effect off, but it looks like you can't. So I guess those are just going to sit in my bank now. Probably not going to see a whole lot of use. I was hoping there was a chance it could be potentially like the Ring of Suffering, where you can wear it, gain the extra stats, but not, lose the charges on them. I don't plan on using these here. I'm sure they'll have use somewhere, and it's obviously the only use for Echo Crystals, but they have a little bit of prayer bonus, and I was like, hey, if I can get some free stats, why not? But I guess I can't. They will revert back to Guardian Boots if they run out of charges, so. Just hit me that hard? What hit me that hard? Looked back the clip, and I got hit a 40-36 by the Fremnix through Torva and Ellie and Augury. Like, what? Damn, 50% though. All right, so I was fumbling really hard at the beginning, but that's a huge, huge improvement still. Oh, damn it. Damn it. If I hadn't blown all my fucking brew early, I would have had that, I think. Oh, damn it. Not my brew. My super combat. I used all my super combat way too early. I missed a couple of the grapples because I hit the wrong F keys. I panicked. I just panicked. It's fine. Dude, it's just misclicks, man. It's misclicks killing me. I'm doing so... I had to move for so many of those lasers. That was just... I'll chalk it up. That was just really, really bad luck. Couple of misclicks. I know I can do this. Fuck. Fuck! 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 I so clicked out of that! Damn it. That was just bad. I start to choke. Every time I get to the end, I start to choke. Just, dude, I'm telling you, if I had anything but a whip... You know, sometimes I like to pretend that I'm good enough to take certain invocations, but on wave 8, I don't think I can handle Totemic, Red Flag, or Doom Scorpion. Maybe Red Flag if it was like wave 11. I'd give it a shot. I'm literally just gonna claim this. I'd rather just come back in and spend another 20 minutes, 30 minutes getting here rather than try and figure all that out. Can't kill me. That was just me being dumb. I just walked into it. I haven't been getting good invos today. It's been a pretty rough one. Yesterday I got to the boss several times. Today that was the first time I've gotten there, and I've been doing this for like 5 hours, man. It's been less than nice on the wave RNG today. This is probably gonna sound like really cringe, but I think I'm just gonna start like hard resetting if I'm not getting good invos by the early waves. I'm kind of always hoping that like, oh, I can take this bad invo. It won't end up being that bad by the end, but then it just kind of piles up on itself and I end up sort of screwing myself over. So instead of that, I think I'm just going to try and force better invos, at least to the best of my ability, because I've died here so many times because of bad invos, man. What was I supposed to do there? The laser would have just hit me. At least I got to the boss again. Alright, so I just reset a run because I just had, again, bad info. So I mentioned this like a million times already. But I noticed this, and this is the third time he said it, as indicated by the 3 there. Apparently, the run that I had this morning got me Grand Champion status, which means that even without having a completion here, I have the Fortis Salute emote. I don't think that's intentional, but that just tells you the kind of invos I took on that run. But interesting, I guess. Definitely makes up for what happened last time I got an item in there, which you guys definitely didn't see the clip of because I may or may not have rage deleted it because of how frustrated I was when I got the worst spawn in existence on wave 11. But that's actually really nice. This is going to be nice for multiple reasons too, because there is an elite clue step that got added with Varlamore that I can now actually do because it requires you to have a piece of the sunfire armor. Wow. I'm still leaving, but wow. I'm still leaving. I already have an Echo Crystal. I'm not that fussed about not getting another one, but what? That's crazy. That's insane. That could have been... Wow. Wow. If I was good at Inferno... Or not Inferno. I mean, it's basically Inferno. If I was good at Colosseum, this would be insane. I'm going to click claim, though, before I accidentally start the next wave. So, yes, I very much do want to claim my loot. And there we go. Sunfire Fanatic... Chassis? I don't know how to say that shit.
Shows.
You might be wondering... what do these do? Honestly, they are just very, very slightly better Prosy legs. I don't think I need Prosy legs anymore. That's kind of wild. So if we take out a pair of Prosy legs, take these out. As you can see, Prosy legs, 5 prayer, some defense bonuses. These just have 2 additional prayer and some additional defense bonuses. It's not super insane, but it's needed for a clue step. And actually, that actually looks kind of decent. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like it. Kind of like it. That's a bit more motivation. I mean, I've been fumbling here a lot, and that was a pretty bad run, so I don't mind leaving on it. But you'll notice a trend. I'm saying most runs are bad runs. It's mostly because I'm just bad at this content, but I'll take it. I didn't even notice this. They actually have the same stats as rune plate legs. That might not seem like that big of a deal, but I'm sure there's some circumstances where I'm going to want to wear these. I can't think of any, but there probably is a circumstance. Aha, collection log here looking great. Please don't zoom in on the fact that I haven't actually gotten the quiver yet. Please don't zoom in on that. Oh, I threw that so hard. Oh, I threw that. I'm actually really sad about that one because it was like pretty okay invos aside from solar flare. I clicked a corner by accident and then I panicked. Damn it. I have this. I keep choking right at the end, man. Oh, a little extra pressure on this one, but I don't care that much about the echo crystals. Solar flared up, I guess, because all these other ones look really shit. No! 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 No. No. No, no, no. Dude, I want to cry, dude. I actually want to cry. Like, I did it. I did it. I did it. I finished it. I did it. And I died because that laser hit me like 2 ticks early. Mr. Editor, I want you to go back. I want you to slow that down. Just zoom in. Why did that hit me there? You can see the yellow click of me moving out of the way of the laser. Why did that hit me? Yes. Oh my god. Yes. 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 Finally. Oh my god. Dian's quiver. Finally. Also, 6,000 sunfire splinters. That's pretty good. Fuck, dude. This was brutal. This was a brutal grind, but I am so happy it is finally done. Dian's quiver. I just need to go breathe for a minute. So, to anybody wondering about the entirety of this grind, the first one that I completed was after 73 deaths, which is really bad. I died here a lot. Died a few more times on waves, but I managed to get it again the very next time I actually got to the boss. Even though that first the first kill slash death was just gut-wrenching, I am incredibly glad that I have this done. Obviously, we're not done with the Colosseum yet, and I need to get 150,000 sunfire splinters in order to actually make this thing into its true potential, but we'll do that another day. For now, I need to just go breathe and be away from here for a little bit. You know, this is honestly almost the entire reason I did this, and this is probably the stupidest reason to ever go for something. When you have the quiver on, I can wear these ruby bolts, and I can also wear these arrows. You have 2 ammo slots in here, which is interesting, but it might not seem like that big of a deal or that big of a convenience, but actually for me, it really is, and I guess for a lot of people, because I can now use the twisted bow, and I can also use my Zerite crossbow at the same time. It'll pick whichever ammunition it's actually, like, you know, supposed to use or whatever is equipable with that weapon and use it. So I can now use the ZCB and the T-bow at the same time without having to swap ammo, which is huge for Nex, huge for TOA, and actually pretty exciting. But now I have about 10,000 more glories to charge to hit the drop rate of the Eternal Glory, so I think I'm gonna go do that first. So throughout the process of doing that Colosseum, whenever I would get like mega tilted, I would actually come and charge a few more glories for like an hour. So in total, I'm up to 16,000 1,771 glories charged just in this video. I'm gonna go to the drop rate. If we don't get the glory by the drop rate, well, we'll come back and do it another time. I feel like the Colosseum was already a big enough achievement, but this is still like 10 hours or something of glory charging that I have left. So actually it's probably a bit more than that, to be honest. It's more like 15 hours. I am perfectly fine with doing this for 15 hours because I just need to relax now. I just had like the biggest panic attack of my life. So this guy killed me for my glories, but I wanted to check something because I was curious. If you switch from the Dianza's Quiver to a different cape, for example, what happens to the additional ammunition? And I was really worried because I was like, what if it just pops back in your inventory? That would be incredibly inconvenient, right? So right now it's switching between this active inventory thing. If I put away the quiver and I banked all my items, I figured, oh, okay, cool. There wasn't going to be any inconvenience there. If I go to the bank and I search the arrows though, okay, you know, I search arrows. I see my rune arrows, I see mithril arrows, I see broad arrows, I see dragon arrows. Where the heck are my amethyst arrows? They're actually stored in the quiver. Apparently, they're just stored in there. I didn't realize that it would do that. One, I'm happy that it doesn't take them off, I guess, when you switch out of the quiver. And two, yeah, apparently it holds them in there. I thought that I somehow still had them on when I got PK'd and that I lost 63,000 amethyst arrows. Now it's gonna be livid. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. If you look in my chat, you see I had a fairly long day of charging glories today. This is about 3,500, and with this final inventory, if I do not get the eternal glory here, which I could, but I did not, we are officially dry on the Amulet of Eternal Glory on an Iron Man. That is a statement I truly hoped I would not have to make, but nevertheless, here we are. I did spend about 35 hours in this video alone just charging glories, and I'm pretty sure I've gotten about 2 minutes of footage from it, and about half of that is this clip. This was an item I was really hoping to pick up in this one, but I also, as you guys could tell, dedicated a lot of time to the Colosseum in this episode as well, and learning that and finally getting my quiver. I think for now, we're gonna shelf the Eternal Glory yet again and return to this another day. Hopefully, next time we will be victorious, but we did pass over 1,200 collection log slots, which is super nice. We still have plenty of stuff to go from the Fortis Colosseum, though I'm happy on its own with getting the quiver. That's the only item from here, aside from the splinters, I ever expected to get. Maybe when I'm farming up the sunfire splinters to imbue the quiver in the next episode, I might stay and try and get some of these other 3 items as well. We'll see. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a bit of a toll on the mental, probably tell, but I actually am super proud of myself for getting the quiver and 2 kill count that I never want to talk about again. See you guys next time. Have a fantastic rest of your day.